Hey, welcome to this week's Wealth Snack, which is all about value. And I'm actually in a hotel room in a gorgeous resort in Cozumel in Mexico, where I've been having a bit of chill time and diving. And I wanted to show you value. So I don't know whether you can see, but this little critter, I think it's meant to be one of the rays that you get to see when you're diving. And every day that I've come back to my room, I've been here for just over a week, there's been another amazing critter made for me out of towels. And, you know, the thing is, I just presumed initially that that was the thing, that everybody in their rooms got different sea critters. And I was on the boat going out diving, and I asked the other fellow divers what kind of animals they were getting, because there was elephants and there was crabs and there was a mermaid. There were amazing different things all made out of towels. And they looked at me and said no, they weren't getting any, you know, little towel critters made up for them in their rooms. And it really struck me that, you know, this is what value is about. Value is adding something extra over and above what essentially somebody's paying for, or essentially somebody is expecting. And also doing it with maybe a hope of some kind of return, of something back, but being free of attachment if you don't. And I realized that here was the housekeeper or the hotel room keeper adding value to me in a precious way. And that, yeah, absolutely, I'm going to be leaving her a pretty juicy tip. But there was no guarantee on her side. And I think so often people go, until I get something, only then will I go above and beyond, or that next step. But actually, in every aspect of life, where I've realized where does the true wealth come from, where does the real reward come from, is when you are prepared to go that little bit extra. Possibly in anticipation of some kind of return, but also being okay for it not to be. And that's where the real magic happens. That's where the real wealth in your life starts to come. Are you prepared to spend that little bit longer researching an asset that you can find, when most people go, oh, well, they believe it's not there, and they're not prepared to spend that little bit longer doing that. You know, in your work, if you're an employee, are you prepared to stop and go, you know, what is it that this company needs, this value? What can I do which maybe goes beyond my job description? Can I go out of what is in it for me and go, how can I add value to those around me? It could be my employer, it could be my clients, it could be my partner, it could be my children. But what is it that I can do to add creativity that isn't going to cost me more, but maybe it might be a tiny bit of time where I can add value? And I certainly know in my career in engineering, when I consciously went, where can I add value in a salary job? Lo and behold, I got increases, I got bonuses. In my business, when I go, how can I really serve and add some more value? That is when, you know, my client base expands, where I get more. And this really reminded me that this woman didn't have to spend that extra little time making this really special outcome. And so I'd really encourage you today, where can you add more value? Now, it may consciously be related in how can you increase your income by you adding value first, getting that value back. But remember, your wealthy life goes beyond just a monetary exchange. How can you get more value? Because here's the extraordinary paradox. When you start looking at how you can add more value, you cannot not get value in your return. So what was really precious was I didn't even know who my housekeeper was. And eventually today I tracked her down and she confirmed that, yep, she was the one who had been doing this magic. And I got a little photo of her. So go and look at the blog post. You'll see this photo of her. But she got to see my joy, and I got to see in that she got huge joy out of doing this. And when you start actually going out and seeking ways to add more value to others, you cannot not expand your wealthy life experience too. So I really encourage you, go and see how can you add more value in every aspect of your life, and then sit back and notice how your wealth increases. Both the money flows to you, but also the more value you get from your interactions in every aspect of your life. So there you go. It's all about value. So I'm Ann Wilson. If you're watching this anywhere over at thewealthchef.com, head on over there and leave me a comment in terms of how can you add value in something that could add a monetary exchange for you down the line? What's something small that you could do without it costing you any money or even a lot of time that could really add a bit of value to the team around you, to your family? What is something that you could do by focusing on adding value to others, which you know in your heart would bring that value back to you? And go and look, I'll add some photos to the end of this video of all these amazing critters that this incredible woman has created, which added massive value to me, added huge amount of joy. She got a load of joy, and she's going to be getting a seriously juicy tip for that too. So from Mexico, bye for now.